What's going on, my lovelies? It's Kyle here. I want to direct this video primarily towards the empaths out there. This is for you. I want to talk about diet today and why honing in your diet or dialing in your diet is ideal for many of you. Okay? So, empaths out there, dial in your diet. Once again, dial in that diet. Now, why am I urging you all to dial in your diet? So, empaths, a lot of you tend to be very sensitive souls. A lot of you tend to have very sensitive bodies and physiologies. A lot of you tend to be sensitive to how food makes you feel, how food affects your thought patterns, how food affects your emotional regulation. Your diet is tied into a lot, especially if you're a sensitive person or you happen to be a little bit more sensitive than the average person. This is a good thing. We want to be sensitive so we're aware how our environment affects us, so we're aware of how certain people make us feel. It's so we can then hone our life to cater to what suits us best. It is a good thing to be sensitive. So I'm glad you're sensitive, but with these extra sensitivities comes some responsibility. Because if you aren't as disciplined as you should be, it's going to affect you more so than the average person. So as an empath, you're likely going to be feeling, a big meal at McDonald's with a McFlurry and a 2-liter Coke, a couple Big Macs, extra large fries. You're going to feel that meal much more than, say, somebody who isn't empathic. Maybe not all the time, but I think the general trend here is that since empaths are much more sensitive and the average person isn't as sensitive, it's going to affect you more. It's going to affect your emotions, your mood, your thought patterns, your energy levels more than the average person. So it's time to dial in that diet if you've been slacking a little bit. And I'm not saying have a cheat meal every now and then. Do whatever you want at the end of the day. It's your life, it's your choice. But for many of you, your diet is going to play a bigger impact on your well-being than the average person, so it's time to dial it in. Now, I see a lot of empaths out there. Since you are more sensitive, I see a lot of empaths thriving off of a lighter diet in particular. Some empaths, when they eat too much red meat, I see them, they just feel heavier. They feel, they just don't feel as good. That might not be the case for you. Everybody's bodies, physiologies are different. But I see a lot of empaths thriving off a lighter diet. More chicken, fish, more vegetables, more rice, seeds, nuts, fruits. But at the end of the day, my main message is to tune into your body, pay attention to see how you feel after you eat something, whatever it may be. See how that affects your body, your energy levels, your thought patterns, your emotions, your mood, all that stuff. It's very much connected. It's going to be more connected if you're an empath. And experiment. Try it out. You might want to try out maybe not eating as many carbs and having fat more as your fuel source. See how that makes you feel. And I know for a moment in time, whenever I would eat carbs, I would feel irritable. I feel like I would have too much energy. I felt like I just want to get them out of my system. I don't know why. I don't know why the shift occurred, but momentarily I switched to a low carb, kind of keto-esque diet for a moment in time, and that suited me very well. And then at some point it shifted and I went back to a more balanced diet. But every now and then I learned by trying out this diet, by, listening to my body, how it reacted to this diet. And I find if I need to sit all day, if I can't, because I have a lot of energy. So if I know I'm not going to be able to move around or get a good workout in, whatever it may be that day, I tend to, the day before, eat more fats than I would carbs, so I don't have this big ball of energy. There was a moment in time where I was vegetarian, and that made me feel really good, but came a point where I felt much more energized and felt better incorporating meat back into my diet. And I have particular, sometimes if I have too much wheat, it doesn't make me feel as good, so I try to get my carbs from rice and potatoes. So I've paid attention to how my body responds to my diet, and I've changed it over time. And a lot of other people that I see who really thrive, who really pay attention to their body and see how it feels, I see them also kind of shifting and changing their diets as time goes on to suit them, to see what makes them feel best at this moment in time. For some of you, we can go to the extremes right now. Some of you may thrive on a carnivore diet, at least for a moment in time. Who knows? Who am I to say? Some of you might have autoimmune disorders and diseases. And I know a lot of people that have autoimmune issues. Those issues tend to go away with a carnivore diet. Who knows? That's quite an extreme diet. That's up to you. I just want you all to feel at your best. And some people might be on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, maybe thriving off a raw vegan diet. And then wherever it is, wherever you land, at the end of the day, for empaths out there, for highly sensitive people or more sensitive individuals, you're gonna have to tune into your body much more than the average person. You're probably not going to be able to get away with eating as much junk food as the average person, with eating as much processed foods as the average person. So yeah, just a little message, just a little reminder for some of you. I felt very beneficial in my path throughout life to really kind of dial in my diet over time and see what's working for me. And if I don't feel as good eating a type of food, then I switch it up. I change it up. And sometimes, and I've gotten to this point where like, all right, I kind of want a lighter diet today. I know I'm going to feel better if I eat lighter today. And then some days, I feel kind of just drained. I'm going to feel better if I eat heavier foods for a day. So yeah, just tune into your body and pay attention to how that food makes you feel. I'll leave it there. Hope you're having a lovely day wherever you're at in the world. And until next time.